What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys for stopping back by for yet another binge and snatch session with your girl. Now look, I know it's been a minute and I've been meaning to get this video out pronto, but life has been lifing, okay? But better late than never. We are here to talk about the final season of Tell Me Lies, season 3. It was a party, okay? And we're gonna get into it, but before we do, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and become a part of the Snatch and Slay gang. What are you waiting for? So without further ado, if you'd like to know how I achieved this look, let's go ahead and binge while we get snatched. Alright, you guys, so you know the drill. I've already done my eyes, sculpted out the eyebrows and everything. So we're gonna go in with our Earthy palette. I figured I'd do some green since I have green on today. I'm kind of gonna go for, I'll show you guys this picture that I just did my eyes the other night because I was bored and I just wanted to like play around with makeup. And so this is my inspo pic. So I'm kind of gonna go for that same like not the same color story, but I kind of want to go for this same look, but in green tones. So, let's see what we can come up with. And let me pull up my notes from the show, because I can't remember every little thing that happened, but I remember taking notes along the way. Just to give you a little reminder of how the color story looks like. I'm thinking maybe this olive green here. Or maybe even this one right here. So that's Heard and Novel. I may go in with a darker brown that's outside of this palette. We're gonna have to deepen up the outer corners of the eyes. So I'm gonna go in with, I recently cleaned my brushes, so I have a lot to choose from, thank God. But we're gonna go in with this AOA studio brush, and we're just gonna hit the eyes with a lighter shade first. So I think I'm gonna go in with Baked here. Just take that on to give us a nice little base first. So the first thing I have on my list here, and by the way, I know y'all see I have a different background. I switched things up a little bit. I did away with my beauty room because it's a storage area now. So now I'm back in my room and I redid everything in here. Well, not everything. I redid this corner in here. This corner, I wish I had a before and after picture because this corner was looking rough, okay? But I got everything together. Got my little art back here. You know, my vanity. So this is my little filming nook, if you will. So I hope you guys will like it. The first thing on my list was Brie and Wrigley, okay? Like from the very first episode they gave us, I could just tell that there was just something going on between the two, and I'm just like, what is this? Like, what are we doing here? Like, this is new. It really like threw me for a loop at first. As I got further into the season, it kind of grew on me. I actually liked them together. It just seemed like the first healthy relationship or connection that Brie has ever even made on the show in general. Like, out of everybody that she talked to, that she dealt with, it just seemed like Wrigley was the first person to like treat her like she was somebody. You know what I'm saying? So it definitely grew on me really quickly. Yeah, why didn't y'all tell me to zoom you in? I can't see nothing from back there. Alright, so we got that laid down. Now we're gonna go in with a deep brown. This palette here by ColourPop. Do not judge me. It still works wonders, okay? And I think we're gonna use both of these shades in here. These two shades here. We're gonna go in with Coca-Cola first, or Cool Cola. Just gonna focus it on the outer corners. So we're just gonna do this right here. And you're just gonna kind of blend it inward, but not taking it all over the crease, or the beginning of the crease, if you will. I ended up taking both of those colors and just mixing them together. And I'm just going to go back in with that initial brush and blend everything together. We don't want any harsh lines. So y'all, I will say, something that kind of threw me a little bit was, I was wondering why, right at the beginning, like when they went to that whatever party they went to, and Wrigley and Bree ended up sleeping on the bus bench together, completely on opposite sides of the bench. The next morning they made such a big deal about it, and they're just like, oh, we're not going to tell anybody about this. All y'all did was sleep together. Like, and not even in that way. All you did was sleep on a bus bench together. Like, I didn't understand what the big deal was at first. I'm just like, they just made too big of a deal about it for my liking. I was just like, all y'all did was sleep on a bus bench. It's not a big deal. Like, what are we talking about? Alright, now I'm going to go on with this deeper, making sure my brush is clean. I'm just going to go on with this deeper brown. I'm thinking either seaweed or ivy. Let's try ivy first to see what that gives us. I just need it to be deep, a deep green, you know? And that's not even the initial greens I thought I was going to use. The other greens aren't really going to work for my liking. I want these to be deep on the outer corner. Feel me? I'm just focusing on those colors on the outer corner. So now we're going to go on with this color Snow. And that's just like a tan color. And we're going to take that on the lid. And I don't know about y'all, but Lucy was a complete and utter mess this season. Like, she really did go out with a bang. Like, she was probably the most annoying character. Like, I don't know, it was between her or Steven, because, oh my lord, it was too much. It was too much. She was having anxiety attacks, panic attacks, didn't know what to do with herself, showing up at the wrong doors, not knowing where she was at. She had way too much going on. I'm just like, what is her problem? And in all honesty, it's really hard for me to feel bad for her. You know, at one point I did, but then it quickly went away, because she like puts herself in those positions thinking she could change Steven, thinking, you know, she was the exception for him, and she wasn't. At the end of the day, she was not. Sad but true. But the intimate scenes between her and oh boy, what's his name? Alex. I'm not gonna hold you. They were very steamy. Hot and steamy. Thoroughly enjoyed those scenes. And he even, you know, tried to be like a safe way for her, but he couldn't even. You know, obviously he had some influence by Bree, you know, after Bree found out what happened or whatever, which I was very curious and, you know, to know. Well, once I realized this was going to be the last season of Tell Me Lies, I knew Bree was going to find out, obviously. But when she did, she kind of, you know, obviously she let Alex know what was going on, so he kind of like just dipped down on Lucy. Before all that transpired, he really was trying to like be some kind of safe way for her. But I think even Lucy was too much for him. Because he was, you know, he was effed up too in the head. I think I'm going to go in with this sketch color here. Just, I'm going to like take it in the middle. I don't know if I should do sketch or fern. Or whistle. Whistles. I think I'm going to do fern. Fern! Fern! Remember that. What is that? Where is that from? Fern! Taxi. Taxi. He wasn't saying his name right to this old man. Fern! So sorry. Side note. So I'm going to take this color and I'm kind of like going to go in the middle here. It's going to be like a transitional colors between the two. Ooh. Obviously I don't really intend to go in with any I don't think I'm going to do any shimmer in this look. I didn't do any shimmer in the other look that I'm going by either, so completely matte. Alright you guys, so I went ahead, threw on my lashes, did some white eyeliner, and now we're going to go in with some primer. This is the Maybelline Grippy Serum Primer. I've been liking this a lot. It's been working wonders. Helps you. I'm going to show y'all the grip. Y'all know I love to show you how sticky it is. And that's good. Sticky is good because it's going to adhere to your foundation a lot better. Whoops. I will say that I was if there was one character that disappointed me thoroughly throughout this season, it was definitely Evan. Like, I was so annoyed with him, so disappointed in him, because he just, I mean, when he was like meeting Steven at his level in certain situations, I was okay with it, but like him manipulating the situation between Bree and her mom, like I just did not like that at all. Like, he really became a part of the fray, just like everybody else. It was just very disappointing because he was like the good guy of the group, and then he just became a part of the riffraff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I did not like that at all. He just really disappointed me. Look at this. You see that grip? That's what you want. I'm going to try to remember to link all my products in the description box so you can see what I've used. Sometimes I forget to do that when I'm posting, so I'm going to try to remember to do that this time. As we're going to go in with my tried and true. You've seen these products before. I do blend them together. We got the LA Girl Pro Coverage Foundation and the shade Rich Cocoa. And then you have your L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear and the shade 535. These two are wonders together mixed. It's like the perfect foundation. This is the e.l.f. airbrush blender, and I'm just gonna blend this out. We're back. My camera died, of course. We're gonna go in with the Hourglass concealer and the shade Maple. This is my tried and true. And y'all, that damn Oliver and his wife, like, they're just weird to me. I mean, I completely understood why Brie wanted to make him accountable or hold him accountable for his actions, because he was clearly doing the same thing to another girl, or so she thought at the time. The thing that threw me was his wife just letting it happen, and then, you know, them trying to have that intervention with her. It's just like, it was hella weird. That whole situation with Oliver and his wife was hella weird. And we did go in with the Fenty Beauty setting powder. This is an OG of mine as well. Power Grip spray. And we're just gonna like soak up the excess powder. I haven't used this blush in a while. But this is the Saharan Blush Palette Volume 1 by Juvias Place. Don't judge me in my dirty palette, but it still works wonders. I'm going to go on with this shade right here. I believe it's called Neo. The Wedding. The Wedding. I found it to be very interesting how, you know, obviously at that time we didn't know that Brie already knew about Evan and Lucy, so Steven thinking he ate by sending her that sound of Evan confessing that he did sleep with Lucy back in college. I found it, you know, the looks that Brie and Brie and Steven were exchanging between one another when she was coming down that aisle. Clock it. Because you ain't did nothing, boo. She already knew. You ain't did nothing. Anytime anybody can one-up Steven was a win for me. Like, okay? Anytime. Because I told you, he is on my Joffrey Baratheon list. Okay? He's just a horrible character. Out of all TV shows. Out of all TV in general. I forgot who this is from, but I've been using it forever. I'm just going to go in and contour the face. I love the fact that Wrigley was the one who told Yale about Steven's shenanigans. I was like, yes! Do this! I was so excited. So proud of Wrigley for stepping up and giving Steven a piece of his own medicine. Like, or giving him a taste of his own medicine. That's the way the saying goes. He did the darn thing. I'm super proud of him. I'm just going to contour the nose out a little bit too. I got hair on my face. I'm actually going to go with this highlighter that I've had for forever. I haven't used it in a very long time, but it's the Maybelline Master Chrome. I don't even know if they still sell this anymore, but I still have it, and we're going to use it. Oh yes! I'm gonna finish the eyes off, you guys, because we still need some detail on the bottom. I guess I'm just gonna do green, the deep green we went in with the ivy, and just take that on the lower lash line. Now, I really have been wearing like white eyeliner at every turn. It just helps to open my eyes up more. Like, I just love that look. So I've been wearing it like non-stop. I'm just gonna go in with a clean brush and like let's blend that out even more. Just buff it out really. Here, I'm even gonna flick it out some. So it could be at a nice angle. You heard me? It was just crazy to me how bad Steven needed Lucy to like just come out and tell Brie what was going on. And obviously he didn't need her to do that because he wanted Lucy to be honest with her friend, because he wanted them to have a healthy relationship. None of that. He wanted her to do it so it would ruin her friendship with Brie, because he wanted Lucy to choose him. I wonder how fun it is for Jackson White to play a complete asshole like that. No shade to him, but he does it very well. And sometimes when people play a role too well, it's like, is this really you in real life? Do you have these tendencies in real life? I'd like to think he doesn't, but he just plays that role really well. That's all I'm saying. And this is the Colossal Bubble mascara and by Maybelline. And we're just gonna go brighten up our under eyes just a tad, just a smidge, with this Fenty Bright powder in the shade Lavender. And we're just giving it just a touch of brightness. And Steven making her make that video, or like, I was blown the freak away. I'm going in with the Line Loud lip liner by NYX in the shade Rebel Kind. Just because I want a warmer. Let me zoom me out just a smidge. Just want a warmer look, or a warmer lip with this look. Yeah, that video was diabolical. So cringe. But Brie being the one to ultimately leak the video, that was diabolical as well. But warranted, considering what her friend did to her. But going back to that, Lucy agreeing to do that video because she was going to do any and everything she could to not have to tell Brie about what happened between her and Evan, that was diabolical within itself. There's no freaking way in hell that I'm going to keep a secret like that from somebody who's supposed to be my friend in general, but I would not go to those lengths to not have to tell her. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was completely crazy to me. Going in with this Made by Mitchell lip gloss in the shade Stargirl. Got it from Tik Tok shop. If you know, you know. The ending definitely threw me as well. I didn't know how to feel about the ending just because the wedding part where, you know, Steven is just letting everything loose. That was actually very entertaining. It was very funny that how everybody, like, Wrigley's sitting there with a big smile on his face, and, you know, Evan's trying to whip his ass because of the situation. Like, it's just like all the chaotic drama going on. Like, I just found it to be very entertaining. That was a nice little ending to all the secrets coming out, you know. But at the very end where Steven leaves Lucy at the gas station and she just like chuckles to herself, I didn't really know how to feel about the ending at first, but her going with him, leaving the wedding with him in general was just like the dumbest thing. She hasn't changed one bit. He hasn't changed one bit. Everybody's still very much back in college. You know what I'm saying? I think it ended the way it needed to. I really do. But ultimately, good, solid show. I would definitely rewatch it over and over again. It's definitely one of those. Well, maybe once or twice I'd rewatch it. It's definitely not one of those that I could put on for a background show. I'd have to actually be paying attention to it, even though I know. But I'd definitely give it a couple rewatches, I will have to say. Gonna give us a last spritz. We're going in with the Infallible L'Oreal 36-hour Defy Transfer setting spray. Y'all, if I told you once, I told you twice. You need to go out and get this. This is what you need to set your foundation or to set your makeup. This is it. Anyway, let's give us a spritz. Just have a slight scent to it, but it's nothing crazy. But anyway, that is it for today's video, you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by as always, and I will see you in the next one.